we're not working on a country. We're actually working on 5 or 6 countries at the same time because it takes quite a lot to get to these international markets. Arno, what are some of the things that we think about as we enter into new markets?
It does, and so I represent one of many, many people working behind the scenes. You'll see them there, sitting in the corporate seat, from technology to logistics and operations, supply chain, customer service, and a whole host of people that are working behind the scenes. Now, some of the factors that we look at as we're leveling up our international strategy are things like, again, logistics, regulatory, demand into that country. What is the culture and language fit? What is the product to market fit? And certainly last but not least, field readiness. Is the field ready to expand into that market or into those markets? So as we look at the next 5 to 10 years.
So again, people are always asking us, where are we going? I said we're working on multiple countries at once, and part of that is because we never quite know where the pieces are going to fall. In some cases, we have to work with governments. We have to, our product, our formulations have to work out. So I wish I could tell you exactly what the 10 next markets are going to be, but I can't. But I can give you sort of a visual representation of what we might look like in 5 years. It might look something like this. I can tell you what it might look like in 10 years. It might look like something like this. But you know that over time, we are going to look like this. Before we tell you where we're going next, okay, let's talk about where we are right now. We talked about Canada, but most recently, we launched in the UK in October of 2017.
We are, and it's a market that we're investing in. It's a market that's gaining momentum, and we want to support that market. So let's go to the next slide. We're announcing December 2019, we're launching a vegan beach bar. It's coming to you.
Yes!
Okay? And then Energized Food Punch the first quarter of 2020.
And we are working on collagen as well to get you the collagen boost there as well.
Yeah,
so again, like anything, and it's part of sort of a lesson learned, not just for us, but for all of our coaches, that the goal isn't to just open a market and jump to the next place and jump to the next place. The goal is when we go into a market to invest, continue to invest, continue to develop our coaches and our leadership, as well as continuing to invest in our home market. So we got some exciting news. So where are we going?
Okay, ready for the announcement? Drum roll, please.
Before we say that, let me just say that we launched in the UK, and part of launching in the UK meant that we had to start to build a European infrastructure, a European logistics system. And so while we are in all of Europe, continue to develop in other parts of the world, our next country, we're going to continue to build in one of these countries in Europe.
Come on,
yes, and let me also say, let me add, that this is not going to be the only one. There's going to be regions across the world that we're expanding in. But first,
our next country is going to be in Europe, because when we originally talked about going to the UK, really what we were talking about, the next region we were talking about was Europe. And the reason why we think of Europe is that Europe is really, made up of really a lot of countries. These 5, UK, Germany, France, Spain, and Italy, are kind of the big ones there that we want to cover. And so we had to pick one of these guys to go next. So Arnaud, you're probably the best to do this, so you go ahead.
Okay. Pendant le deuxième trimestre de l'année 2020,
we're going to France. So we will be launching in France in the second quarter of 2020. We're also working on another country, and hopefully we'll follow that pretty soon in another region. I think you guys will be excited about that. But Arnaud, let's talk about France. Why did we select France?
Well, there's several reasons why. First of all, we have a healthy library of products and programs that are already translated in French. By the way, for those of you that are giving me the side-eye because it's France, there's about 40% of the population that speaks English, so it's for everybody. About 26 million people. It's the 5th largest world economy, very healthy, business environment and one that is growing in the fitness industry. The fitness, from a fitness standpoint, it is top 5 in all of Europe. And certainly he's welcome for a beach party. What do you guys think?
A very vibrant French-Canadian market. And what this also allows us to do is that really, starting with Morning Meltdown 100, we're actually now creating content with French language and everything going forward. So not only will it help this market, but it will also help our Canadian market and help us through expansion. So are you guys excited about going to France? Here's what I'll say. We wanted to come up here and share the news with you, but Q2 2020 is still a ways out there. So here's what you need to do right now. Focus on your current business. And as we get closer, okay, you don't want to go out and burn out the market long before we get there. So we promise you that as we get closer to this date, we will start to ramp up our communication. We'll start to do more training calls. We'll start to encourage you with the steps that you need to take in pre-building a market. But what you don't want to do is go out and burn out the market before you get there. So we'll go forward with enthusiasm, anticipation, patience, and some French lessons.
Yes, we will. Who's ready to level up internationally? Let's hear it.
Please welcome to the stage